In the heart of Lagos, two young women began a journey that would test love, loyalty, and the danger of envy. This is the story of Adanna and Kemi, two friends who called each other sisters. Adanna and Kemi arrived at the University of Lagos as roommates in the same hostel block. Both were young, ambitious girls with dreams bigger than the city skyline. On their first day, they carried their bags through the campus gates, laughing nervously as they tried to imagine the 4 years ahead. They clicked instantly. They helped each other settle into the small room they shared. They cooked together, revised together, and stayed up late whispering about their hopes. To everyone in the hostel, they looked like sisters. Their bond was strong, and neither of them doubted it would last forever. Campus life moved quickly. The smell of puff-puff and akara filled the air outside the gates. The lagoon breeze carried the chatter of students, and the danfas honked endlessly on the busy roads. Adanna loved her books and quiet evenings by the lagoon front, while Kemi loved social gatherings and always seemed to have a crowd around her. Still, they walked arm in arm, different in taste but close in heart. After graduation, their lives began to take shape. Adanna followed her passion and opened a small beauty shop in Yaba. She called it Adanna's Glow. It wasn't much at first, just a painted room with shelves for wigs and skincare, but her warmth drew people in. Slowly her shop grew. Women laughed inside as they tried on wigs and makeup, and her name began to spread. Kemi, meanwhile, searched for a job, but no door seemed to open for her. She tried and tried, but disappointment followed. At first, she congratulated Adanna genuinely, even helped her arrange products sometimes. But as the months passed, something changed in her heart. She would smile when people praised Adanna, but at night she lay restless, wondering why her own life was still standing still. Soon Chaik, a young banker with a calm spirit, began to show interest in Adanna. He visited her shop often, carrying little gifts, and everyone teased that he would soon become Oga-in-law. Adanna blushed shyly, her heart clearly leaning toward him. Kemi watched quietly, her envy deepening, though she never showed it. One evening, as she waited for a bus, she overheard two women whispering about a woman in Makoko, a ritualist who could shift destinies. The words clung to her mind like a stubborn shadow, growing louder each day. Finally, driven by envy, she found herself in the heart of Makoko, walking carefully across wooden planks between the stilt houses. She arrived at a small hut draped with red cloth, cowrie shells hanging at the doorway. Inside, smoke curled around the room, and an old woman sat before a clay pot, stirring herbs. Her hair was white, her eyes piercing. Beads hung heavy around her neck. Kemi's voice shook, but she spoke. "Mama, I want her blessings to be mine." The woman studied her for a long moment. "Child, what you ask is not free. Every gift has a price." "I will pay," Kemi replied quickly. The woman reached into a calabash and drew out a golden necklace, its pendant carved with strange markings. "Give this to her. She will wear it, and her light will dim. The more she fades, the more you will rise. But remember, what you sow will find you." Kemi nodded, her hand trembling as she took the necklace. Soon after, it was Adanna's birthday. She gathered friends and neighbors to celebrate in a modest hall. The air was filled with music and laughter. Chaik arrived with flowers, but the hall grew quiet when Kemi stepped forward with a wise smile. "Happy birthday, my sister," she said sweetly, placing the necklace around Adanna's neck. "May this bring you more beauty." Adanna hugged her tightly. "Kemi, you're too good to me." Everyone clapped, and Adanna wore the necklace with joy, never suspecting the darkness it carried. That same night, far away in her village, Adanna's mother had a dream. She saw her daughter standing in her shop, her neck glowing with light that suddenly turned to heavy chains. Shadows crept toward her, and in the dream she cried out, "My daughter!" She woke with a start, sweat on her brow, and fell to her knees. "God, protect my child. Let no evil swallow her. Let no darkness prosper." From the day Adanna wore the necklace, things began to change. Customers stopped coming. Women who once praised her shop began to complain. Suppliers refused to deal with her. Day after day, she sat in her shop with shelves full of goods but no one walking in. She grew tired, her once bright smile fading. Meanwhile, Kemi opened her own shop nearby. At first, it was small, but strangely, it grew faster than Adanna's ever did. People flocked to her place, praising her products, laughing in her shop as they once did in Adanna's. She acted surprised whenever people praised her, but inside she rejoiced. Still, she visited Adanna often, pretending to be supportive. She would sit beside her in the empty shop, sigh gently, and say, "My sister, don't worry. Your time will come again. These things happen." Her words were soft, her tone kind, and Adanna never suspected. She believed Kemi truly cared. But the contrast was painful. Chaik, once faithful to Adanna, began to notice Kemi more. He stopped by her shop, helped her carry things, and even praised her success. Adanna saw it, but her heart was too weary to fight. She prayed more, asking God, "What have I done wrong? Why has my light gone out?" Her mother visited and saw the change in her daughter. Adanna looked thinner, her eyes tired. And then she noticed the necklace. Her heart stirred with the memory of her dream. That night, as Adanna slept, her mother quietly removed the necklace and placed it in a clay pot. She lit incense, lifted her hands, and prayed with all her strength. The necklace cracked with a faint hiss, its spell broken. By morning, Adanna woke feeling lighter, as though a burden had lifted. Slowly her customers began to return. Her shop filled with life again, and her laughter returned. Chaik came back, ashamed, confessing he had felt strange and distant, but now his heart was clear. But Kemi's fortunes turned quickly. Customers stopped coming to her shop. Rumors spread, and her once busy store stood empty. At night, she heard whispers in her room, shadows pressing on her chest. In fear, she ran back to the old woman in Makoko. "Mama, please take it back." The old woman only laughed. "Did I not tell you? Every gift has a price. And now yours has come." Kemi left trembling, her bright life crumbling around her. Adanna's shop grew even bigger than before, her name spreading across the city. She never spoke evil of Kemi. Though their friendship was broken, she tied her gel high and carried herself with grace, her faith unshaken. And so the lesson spread. Not every smile hides love, not every gift is pure. Jealousy may start small, but it burns like fire. In the end, it destroys not the one it targets, but the one who carries it in their heart. The end.